Okay, so this is the first step of the aspirin lab. Right here we have 3 milliliters of sodium hydroxide, and I'm going to add the 0.3 milliliters of the methyl salicylate. Notice how it precipitates right as I add it. So that was the 0.3 milliliters of methyl salicylate. So now we're going to heat it up in the sand bath until it hits reflux, and then we're going to wait 15 minutes. Okay, now we are at reflux, and we're going to stay at reflux for 15 minutes. After reflux, we'll let it cool down to room temperature. Okay, so we're finishing up the 15 minutes of reflux. We're going to turn off the heat. We're going to take it out of the sand bath. I reached room temperature. I just put it into the beaker right here. We're going to take out the spin bar. And now we're going to add HCl while in an ice bath. So this is 3 molar HCl. Okay, we're going to add a couple more drops of HCl here. It should precipitate like that. I'm going to mix it around. If it dissolves, that means it needs a little bit more HCl. Okay, so we're going to add some more HCl here. And there you go, that's precipitated. And now we're going to run it through the Hershey funnel. Okay, so we're going to run the white precipitate through the Hershey funnel. And we can rinse the beaker off with cold water. So I'm just running cold water here in a test tube so that it doesn't dissolve my precipitate. Run cold water through here, clean that off. I have some more in here, I'm going to clean this out. Okay, so now we have our crude salicylic acid, and we're going to recrystallize it with water now. So now I'm adding the crude salicylic acid into this 20 or 30 ml beaker, and I'm going to recrystallize it with distilled water. That's good enough. Okay. So for recrystallization, just like we've always had, we have a ice bath here and boiling water here. I'm going to use distilled water, the minimum amount of the hot water to dissolve my crude product. Let's see if that's enough here. Seems like it needs a little bit more, so I'm going to heat up more water. Okay, so I put enough hot water in here to dissolve the the salicylic acid, and now I'm going to let it recrystallize at room temperature. And this will take a little bit, but we'll wait until it recrystallizes nicely. Okay, here we have a lot of precipitation occurring from the recrystallization in water. We're going to wait a little bit more. Okay, we've recrystallized it. It's ready to be filtered now. So I'm going to move it around so that it will flow right into the Hershey funnel. Okay, so this is our pure product. Let me dry it up as much as possible. It looks really nice. Now let's put it in the oven for a few minutes to let it dry. Okay, so now we're going to weigh the salicylic acid. It's about 13.511. Watch glass weighs 13.347. So take the difference there. It's about almost 200, 150. And that's going to be our starting material for the next step, step 2, to make acetylsalicylic acid. Okay, we're going to start on step 2 of the aspirin synthesis. We're going to start with a 5 milliliter conical vial. We're going to put a large spin vein in there. We're going to put the 164 milligrams of salicylic acid that we made in step 1 right into the conical vial. I'm going to do it very carefully. I know the instructions say 200 milligrams is needed, but 164 will be just fine. Okay, so that's in there, and now we're going to add 0.5 milliliters of acetic anhydride and 1 to 2 drops of 85% phosphoric acid from the hood. I'm going to take my pipettes. Okay, so here's acetic anhydride. We're going to add about 0.5 milliliters, so about like a little less than half a pasture pipette, or let's see, about that much. And then we're going to add 1 to 2 drops of 85% phosphoric acid with the new pasture pipette. This is 85 phosphoric acid. 1 to 2 drops of this guy right into here, so that's 1 and 2. Okay, so we just added the 0.5 milliliters of acetic anhydride and the 85% phosphoric acid. Now we've just placed the conical vial with an air condenser in a 50 to 60 degrees Celsius water bath. Once the solid dissolves, we'll heat it up for about 15 minutes and then we'll continue. Okay, so the salicylic acid has dissolved and now we're just heating it up at about 55 degrees Celsius for about 15 minutes. So it's been 15 minutes. We're going to turn off the heat. We're going to lift this out into room temperature. Take out the water condenser. Now I'm going to add about 1.4 milliliters of cold distilled water. This is just to react with the excess acetic anhydride in the conical vial. And crude aspirin should precipitate. Oh, there, it's already precipitating because it's so cold. I put ice water in there. So I'm going to dip this in ice cold water just to get all of it to precipitate real well. And then I'm going to run it through the Hershey funnel, and this will be my crude acetylsalicylic acid or crude aspirin. Okay, there. Yeah, we got some good aspirin. I'm going to clean this out and then we'll talk about recrystallization. We're actually going to rinse the filter with a little bit of ice cold water so that we can clean it out. I'm going to turn this on. Okay. Got some good product. Ooh, it looks like a little cloud. A little cotton ball. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put most of it into a small test tube so that I can recrystallize it. But we're going to keep a little bit on a watch glass so we can get the crude melting point. And let's go walk over here so I can put it. Okay. And now we're going to recrystallize this with ethanol and water. Okay, so I've recrystallized it with ethanol. Here it is now. We're trying to dry it up completely. Okay, we're gonna weigh it now. The weight of the watch glass was 9.631. So we have approximately 80 milligrams. Okay, sweet, we have our sample here. We're gonna take the melting point. We're gonna start at 126 and see where we go.